Hey everyone, today you join me inside the brand new 2020 Bentley Continental GT First Edition. This is a special edition model that offers a few extra cool trim pieces and all around a more well put together package for the Continental GT that celebrates the introduction of this new model. But in today's special review, I'm going to be giving you a tour of the entire Continental GT lineup, not just this first edition model, but also the convertible next to it, as well as the coupes behind it. This is going to be an in-depth view of the entire car, looking at not only the exterior features, the powertrain, but also an extensive view of the interior design and new features that they've added for this 2020 redesign. I really can't wait to show you all around this Continental GT, so definitely hit that like button and stick around till the end of the video because you do not want to miss what Bentley has to offer. But hey, let's begin this full tour of the Continental GT with a 360 view of the exterior design. Rather than completely revolutionizing the exterior design of the Continental GT for this new generation, Bentley instead decided to give it more of a subtle refresh, an evolution of last year's design language. So the changes you'll see around this Continental GT are not drastic, more of a subtle tweak here and there to make it more modern and sleek overall. But it does have some pretty cool features that have been rolled over from 2019 or added for 2020, which we'll be going through in this 360 tour. And we'll begin the tour at the front end of the car with Bentley's bright chrome matrix style grille. Now this grille has a very distinct square shape to it that is pretty similar to other cars in this class. That being said, it does have a unique Bentley touch to it. It's got some soft edges as well as a few different options for the trim around it. The base models and this first edition Continental GT feature a bright chrome outliner to this matrix grille. However, you can also get a gloss black design, such as what's shown on this Continental convertible model, for a more stealthy and sleek look. And this gloss black trim can also be carried over to the standard full LED headlights. And these LED headlights are fairly similar to what we saw on last year's Continental, like much of the exterior features. However, they are a little bit longer, a little bit farther set back on the hood, and offer a more sleek look to them. They also have a subtle blue tint in the inside with a diamond-like pattern, and this offers a very sophisticated touch to the front end of the Continental GT, kind of a nice focal point for the car. As the design wraps around to the side of the car, we really begin to see some of the options Bentley offers begin to stand out and give the car a personality. And I think this is an important part to stop at and mention that this car is all about the options. It's all about offering a custom look for each customer and buyer of Bentleys. And for that reason, Bentley offers multiple different wheel styles as well as two different sizes. The standard wheels feature a 21-inch gloss black design, but you can also upgrade to the optional 22-inch design offered alongside these. And in addition to these wheels, Bentley also offers a host of colors to the exterior, as well as the aforementioned chrome or gloss black trim. With all the different options offered on the exterior of this car to customize it to your tastes and preferences, there's almost an infinite number of specs for the Continental GT. No two are going to be exactly the same. But finally, the design wraps off in the rear of the car with a few more standard features that will be featured on every Continental GT. And this includes the full LED taillights, an electronic retractable rear spoiler that helps add traction to the rear wheels at high speeds, as well as finally some stainless steel twin oval exhaust outlets that also have variable valves inside the exhaust system to moderate the sound of the car. Whether you prefer to be a little bit louder and stand out, or be a little bit more subtle and quiet, the valves will adjust the noise levels to be perfect for every situation. Now, if you were impressed with the exterior of the Continental GT, you are going to love what Bentley is offering under the hood of this model. The Continental GT is powered by an absolute unit of an engine, a massive powerhouse. It is a 6-liter twin turbocharged W12 engine that features a lot of very unique aspects to it. First of all, it has a unique layout to it. It has 12 individual cylinders laid out in a W-shaped pattern in the engine block, rather than the conventional 2 rows of 6-cylinder banks coming into a V shape. It has a W organization to it, and this is very unique and gives the car a unique sound as well. But in addition to the unique layout of the engine cylinders, It also has a unique fuel delivery system. It has both port injection and direct injection, and it can switch between the two to optimize either power output or fuel efficiency, and this will change depending on the drive mode selected and the amount of throttle input given. All around, this W12 engine can produce 626 horsepower and 664 pound-feet of torque. When you pair this up with the 8-speed quick-shifting dual-clutch transmission, it should be able to go from 0 to 60 in just 3.6 seconds and reach a top speed of over 200 miles per hour, which is very impressive for a car this heavy. But for those who don't need such incredible performance, Bentley also offers a cheaper version of the Continental with a twin turbocharged V8 engine and only around 550 horsepower, which is still really impressive, especially considering the car comes standard with all-wheel drive. But now that we've taken an in-depth tour of the exterior design as well as that incredible powerhouse under the hood, I think it is high time we took a full tour of this interior, which comes with beautiful leather as well as a variety of color options and some really ornate tactile switchgear. Can't wait to show you around. Let's get right into it. Just like the exterior of the Continental GT, Bentley offers the interior with a variety of different options and styles to make it unique and catered to the personality of each Bentley driver. For example, the leather is offered in 15 available hides, which will change not only the softness and style of the leather, but also the color of the interior. For example, you can get a nice subtle white, such as in this Bentley Continental First Edition model, or you can go for more of a shock effect with a burnt orange, such as in this Continental Coupe. The options are nearly limitless when you combine those 15 available hides with the 9 available trim styles. From wood veneer to glossy carbon fiber, there's something for every style with Bentley's interior. Plus, if you can't make up your mind which of the 9 available trims you prefer, you can actually order 2 of them in a contrasting veneer accent piece, which will be separated by a 3mm chrome strip that wraps around the entire cabin. The materials in the Continental GT are finally wrapped off on the roof with the soft, dark Alcantara headliner, which not only makes the interior feel warm and welcoming, but is also going to dampen the sound a bit and keep the interior noise levels at a minimum. As usual, the seats are very comfortable. They feature, as mentioned before, a soft, genuine leather with a good amount of plushiness and even some perforation in some areas. All around, they are very comfortable and offer many different ways of power adjustment, which can also be stored in the interior of the car with the standard memory function. With just the press of a button, it'll automatically adjust to your pre-selected custom driving position. And speaking of custom driving positions and different driver preferences, Bentley also offers 4 separate drive modes for the Continental GT. There's Comfort, Sport, Custom, and a final mode called Bentley, which is essentially a combination of the Comfort and Sport modes for when you want more of a dynamic driving style. And these modes are going to adjust everything in the car from the transmission shift points to the fuel delivery system in the W12 engine, as well as throttle input and the adjustable suspension system. And this allows the Continental GT to shift from a comfortable luxury cruiser to a powerful muscle car beast with just the press of a button. And speaking of buttons, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the main feature, the most exciting and important new element of the Continental GT's interior. This was not featured in 2019, but for 2020, Bentley has included a rotating display on the dashboard of the Continental GT. With just the press of a button, you can rotate the dashboard between either the trim you selected on the model, a set of analog clock dials, or the standard 12.3-inch infotainment touchscreen. And this is really going to keep the interior of the Continental GT looking timeless for decades and generations to come. At some point, that infotainment system just isn't going to look up to date, so you can hide it away with just the press of a button and show something more classy and timeless. This is a really nice feature in the interior of the Continental GT, which shows Bentley's dedication to technology and modern styling features, but also their heritage and history and iconic past. They do not want this model to look outdated in a few years, and this rotating display is a really nice way to accentuate that. And finally, you also want your Continental GT to be practical, so there's 12.6 cubic feet of cargo space in the rear, as well as a variety of cup holders and storage spaces in the front seats. Unfortunately, the rear seats of the Continental GT are not as practical. They are extremely small and could probably only fit passengers who don't have legs. If you're into high-end luxury cars like this Bentley, definitely click somewhere on the screen right now to check out one of my reviews of a similar car. But of course, I have to extend a huge shout out and special thank you to Dimmitt Bentley Tampa Bay for providing me with this Continental GT to review today. There'll be a link to their inventory below. Thank you so much for watching.